Americans now own $1.28 trillion on their credit cards. And I'm not talking about the national debt. I'm talking the amount of debt we as individuals carry on our credit cards. That number, just reported by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York last month, is a record high, and it's up 66% in just 5 years. And I didn't say it wrong, $1.3 trillion. Also, it's not unique to America. The number is staggering, and there is no doubt it is having negative ramifications on our lives and our families. There is, of course, much debate over the best ways to solve the debt crisis, but I would like to offer my 2 cents. I have a solution. Here it is. Are you ready? Stop buying things you don't need. This, I believe, is one of the most helpful and hopeful things that you can hear today. It can change your life overnight. Listen to me. If credit card debt is consuming your life and your attention, minimalism is the answer. That's it. That's the video. That's the solution. And I'd like to end right there. But since I know there are many who will immediately push back on my solution, I'd like to counter with a few arguments that you might make against it. Number 1, but that's not what's happening. People are just trying to survive. Do some people in America need consumer debt in order to survive? Of course, but that is a much smaller number than we think. After all, just because a person is stretched thin, living paycheck to paycheck, doesn't mean their dollars are being spent on necessities. In America and around the world, excess has become normalized, and our spending has long passed trying to survive. To prove my point, the average home in the United States has grown from roughly 1,500 square feet in the 1970s to more than 2,300 square feet today. And the average family size has gotten smaller during the same time. We live in larger homes with nicer amenities, with fewer people, yet we still don't have enough space for all the stuff we've accumulated. Almost 20% of US households now rent off-site storage units, and that number is expected to rise to 32% in the coming years. These are spaces we pay extra for each month to hold possessions that no longer fit in our already bigger houses. A generation ago, this industry barely existed. Today, it is everywhere. We buy roughly 4 times as much clothing today than we did in the year 2000. Literally, Americans now purchase over 50 new clothing items every year, a number our grandparents would have thought unthinkable and probably foolish. Nearly 75% of luxury goods spending comes from lower and middle class households. Not because we have the money, but because of social media marketing tricks and peer pressure to appear successful. And Americans now spend more on dining out than on groceries at home. These patterns are not survival. They are unnecessary. But when excess becomes normal, they begin to feel like survival. But they're not. And once we see it, the pathway to change becomes obvious. Argument number 2, but it's not my fault. Blaming the system is not unique to America or humanity. In fact, blaming our shortcomings on others has existed as long as shortcomings have been around. But there is no opportunity for change to be found in blame. We can live forever as a victim, or we can decide that the trajectory of our lives will be decided by us. If you believe the reason you are in debt today is because of systems outside your control, I want to offer just one piece of hopeful data. Most people in America are not living with credit card debt. 53% carry no debt on their credit card at all. And that is not simply the highest earners. It is those who have chosen to live within their means. You can too, but only once you believe it's possible. Argument number 3, but my life will be boring. This, I think, is the biggest reason we carry so much consumer debt. It's because we believe buying less will lead to a boring, unexciting, crummy life. And I used to think the same until we tried minimalism. Now, buying less and owning less doesn't feel like boredom. Just the opposite, it feels like freedom. Once Kim and I started intentionally owning less and stopped buying things we didn't need, we discovered life-changing improvements, less time cleaning, less money being spent, less stress, better decisions, and more opportunity to pursue our passions. Owning less meant more excitement, more ambition, more joy, more fulfillment, more meaning. Life isn't boring with less, it's better, way better. But the only way to discover that is to live it. There is a solution to America's growing consumer debt crisis, and it is simpler than we think. Stop buying things we don't need. It may not be adopted by everyone, but it can be adopted by you. And here's the even better news. You don't need to wait another second to make that change. You can start right now.